I'm here with Fred Williamson, star of The Screen, former pro athlete here. You might know him from Dusk Till Dawn, and this is my first question, sir. What was it like being the first African American in the blaxploitation genre?
Well, I mean, it was something that I created, and I don't really understand what black exploitation means. I don't know who was being exploited. The black actors were getting a job, a chance to star in some films. We were winning all the fights. You know, normally the black guy gets killed in the first 5 minutes, and then they avenge his death. That wasn't happening when I came on board because I changed all that. I created a hero, and that was my desire, and that was my plan to become a hero to the black audiences.
What do you think of African American films today?
It's sort of going backwards. I mean, it's more comedy than action. It's more comedy. They're trying to sell, but then that's the black actor's fault. That's what he succumbed to. That's what he feels he's good at. But you know, you have to represent something. If you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Right.
So we need heroes. We need heroes. Our society needs heroes, black heroes especially. And it might cut down on some of the craziness and the violence that's in the street if we had more heroes, you know?
What do you think of Django Unchained? For, against? Did you enjoy the film?
Django was a ripoff of a film that I did in 1973 called The Legend of Nigga Charlie. And the New York Post jumped all over him because that was not only the first one, it was the second one. He copied Inglourious Bastards. And all he did was change the spelling to Bastard. So, I mean, he gets away with it, but people like the New York Post, they caught up on it, and you know, my movie Legend of Nigga Charlie was the same thing. He was a slave, ran away from his slave master, and went to the West and became a gunfighter. Same thing as the Django.
Fair enough. Am I allowed to say that word? Because I don't know what the situation is.
It all depends on you.
Right.
The hell with society. I mean, I used the word Nigga Charlie back in 1972 because it was had more of a negative connotation, and that's what I wanted. I wanted a negative reaction to people to go see what this movie was about. So I created an interest by titling it that. Now it doesn't mean nothing, you know. Guys walking around the street saying, "Hey, that's my nigga. That means that's my best friend. This guy over here, that's my nigga. That means it's his best friend." We don't care about it. I think the white audiences, the white people in the world, observe it and bring it more a negativity than it is right now. Because to blacks, it doesn't mean nothing.
Well, as a former pro athlete, what do you think of a lot of the controversy going on in the NFL today?
Means they're catching up with all these guys with all this money. The problem is guys get into problems because they feel they can buy their way out of anything. There were no millionaires back in the 70s or 80s, man. Jim Brown top salary was $85,000. I played 10 years, my top salary was $35,000. So we played for the love, we played for the pride, we played for the experience. These guys, they show up for the money. And the money creates problem because they never had that much money before, so they don't really know how to handle it or deal with it.
Last two questions. How are you enjoying the Shockacon in Charleston, West Virginia, and any upcoming things you like to promote? Any big projects coming up?
Where am I again?
You're in Shockacon, Charleston, West Virginia.
Oh, that's where I was.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, man. I just got off the plane and they picked me up and brought me here. You know. My next film is a sequel to Original Gangsters. It's called Old School Gangsters. Stars Jim Brown, Pam Grier, Richard Roundtree, Bernie Casey, Antonio Fargas. And after that, I'm going to Rome to do one called The Last Hitman, starring me and Franco Nero. So I got a few things on the slate.
Wow. All right. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Always great.
Yep.
Shockacon, West Virginia, Charleston.
Every night she's every place.